So I often hear, or you may hear, that parents think that sleep training will negatively affect their children or their child. Talk about that.
Okay, yeah, that's an important question, and it's something that's on social media a lot. There is one study that came out probably several years ago, and it's often is all around Facebook. And so if we look more closely at that study and at the methodology of it, they took very young babies, sleep trained them in a hospital. So nurses were doing the sleep training. Mom was allowed to be in the hospital, but was kept from baby. She was not allowed to interact with baby at all. They forced night weaning on these babies, and they did extinction method, which is classic cry it out, close the door, don't return, baby will fall asleep. So again, a baby can learn or do anything. They can be kind of forced to do anything, but that doesn't mean that they're learning. So we don't do that with babies. Sleep training is not extinction method within the Millett method, which is where I'm trained. There's not a lot of data on extinction method. We don't know the safety or efficacy of it, so we don't use it. And the other thing that was happening in that study is the researcher didn't have a control group. So yes, the baby's stress hormone, cortisol, was raised, but that could have been from mom not being present at all.
Right.
Or being in a new environment, the hospital, being with a stranger, the nurse, or being completely night weaned. So we don't know. The study didn't really tell us anything except scary information that people can cherry pick and put on social media that supports their opinion. And so that is not, extinction method is not anything that I would ever use as a sleep consultant. So what we do know with some of the research that is out there is sleep deprivation does cause chronically raised cortisol levels. Attachment between parent and child actually improves after sleep training. Why? Because we have better interactions between parent and child during the day when we're not sleep deprived. And attachment styles and the way they develop have nothing to do with where a baby sleeps or how long they breastfeed. Attachment parenting there's a lot more to it than those two things, but I feel like those two things get stressed a lot on social media, and it's just, it doesn't allow parents a lot of options. And attachment style is really more about interacting, responding to your child in a way that matches what they need instead of following a strict philosophy.
You're obviously very knowledgeable about all things sleep and parenting, and I know that there is a lot of information out there online in books, and a parent also could come at this reading something, being sleep deprived, being at a place of just at their end and desperate, and can read one thing looking for a fix and say, oh, this is the magic bullet and this is going to work for me. And when it doesn't, it causes more discouragement, more anxiety, more stress, and that can really help to work with you to bring that person along and help with their intuitive part of themselves as a parent, and really guide them as a family unit to help their sleep development and just the success of their training and their habits. So it's great what you do. So let people know how to contact you. They may have seen your website and what the next step is.
Okay. Yeah. Well, first of all, what I love most about what I do is supporting parents and helping them create an environment where babies and toddlers, because I work with toddlers actually all the way up to age 10, where a child can feel a sense of self-mastery. And And that takes a lot of getting to know families and really cheering them on, helping them feel strong in their own parenting philosophy, and getting to know their children through observation rather than through, I have to do this because so-and-so said that's what is normal or what I should do. Becoming a new parent is a major transition in one's life, a transition that doesn't get talked about enough. And when it does get talked about, it misses a lot of the really deep experiences and emotions. Sleep deprivation is one of those experiences. It clouds a lot of other things. It changes how we interact with our children and how we see ourselves as parents. I would really love to help you through that journey of sleep deprivation, through those early questions and parenting. So please contact me. My website is candybeers-kim.com. You can send me questions, we can set up a free intake call and get to know each other and work towards what your family's goals are for healthy sleep.